What is it, YouTube? HGJ here. Oh, excuse me. I'm a bit under the weather, so I apologize for the random burst of coughs. I'll try to do my best. But today we're going to be looking at um, a trial of the four great dragons. This is a deck from the Digimon TCG that came out in Draconic Roar. And I have my variation of this deck to show off for this video. So, I'm very excited about this, and I hope you guys are very excited about seeing it. There are some major changes to it. That's why I ended up deleting the original video, because I wanted to make sure I had all of the components for the deck. So, literally, the craziest thing is that there is no wrong way of building this. I think the simple factor of how I built this is basically just to stick with the cards that associate with it. As well, I wish they had more rookies because the deck, in terms of one of its biggest problems, is his rookie pool is very small. So you have to use the rookies in order to fill it in. So with that said, why don't we go ahead and take a look at all the cards. So starting off are the Digitama. I am running 4 copies of Vicmon. Then for the rookie, 4 copies of Patamon, 4 copies of Agumon, and 2 more copies of Patamon. This Patamon is actually from the starter deck, Yellow 7. Then, for the champion Digimon, I have 4 copies of Airdramon, 4 copies of Vidramon, and 4 copies of Tailmon. That is the champion. So our ultimates, we have 4 copies of Arrow Vidramon and 4 copies of Angelomon. Then for the Megas, I have 2 copies each of Godramon, Holy Dramon, Longmon, and Megidramon to round out the Megas. Alright, and now we move on to the option cards. And the option cards are 4 copies of Trial of the Four Great Dragon, and then 4 copies of Godflame. And the last cards in the deck, and the only tamer in the deck, ironically enough, is 4 copies of Analog Boy. Alright, so that is it for those. Now let's go through explanations. Let me grab Digitama. So, Vicmon. Vicmon's only sole purpose is that every time you play an option card with a cost of 2 or more, you draw 1 card as it's inheritable. It's probably easily one of the few Digimon you can easily use in this deck. You can use Upamon, you can use Cubimon. I think it's around Upamon because Upamon, I said Upamon, no, Upamon. More so because Upamon's ability is that when you have biggest security of 3 or less, you get to draw 1 card, and that doesn't seem to have too much of recovery, but it does have a lot of stall, so that could be an option if you want to not use the Vicmon as a choice of Digitime. Moving on from that, let's talk about the rookies. So Patamon, and Agumon. So starting off is that the Patamon from the structure deck really just here because if you delete an opponent's Digimon by depleting its DP, you'll gain memory. It's rare that you'll be depleting DP, but it is a solid rookie to have in the deck. I really was betting on some other rookies that may or may have not worked, but I just also, excuse me, just out of nowhere just said, okay, I'll just try the Padawan. I was going to try the Salomon X to do the recovery set, um, where she can look at the recovery when she's played. I mean, the security when she's played, and if it's 3 card, I can add to my hand and recover the best one as an option. But I don't. It's things that you usually put in the air. The Patamon from the Dragon's Roar. I'm sorry, Dragonic Roar. Reveal top 4 cards of your deck to add 1 yellow Digimon with Angel in its trait, and 1 card with trial with 4 Great Dragons in its trait to your hand, and then put the rest at the bottom of your deck. because this is on play, you can easily play this as a hard turn, so that a hard 3 of, so that you can start gathering your pieces for your deck. Primarily, the only angel that they have in circulation at the point in time is Angelomon. Other than that, you're basically just getting a card that has to trade a child with Fortress Dragon. Then Agumon, his inheritable effect is that when you play a Digimon with Child for Great Dragon, right, or you actually play the card Child for Great Dragon, you get to draw. So it's a bit of draw power there. Yeah. And this is a card that I thought when I looked at it, I was like, oh, this would be a great card to add to the deck because we do need some draw power to circulate. And I think this would be a great addition to it. So 4, 4, and 2. All right, moving on from the rookie. Let's go on into the champion, in which we have Tailmon, Vidramon, and we have Arrow Vidramon. The Airdramon's effect is that on play you can check the security stack to reveal one yellow card from it add to your hand and then recovery +1, which is a very simple, minute setup just to get things from the security added to your hand. But the Gatomon and the um, Vidramon are where the main focus is because these two are your searchers. So similar to um, the effects of Patamon, Vidramon and Tailmon have the ability to reveal the top 1 cards of your deck to add 1 yellow card. But the difference is that Vidramon will add any mon with Dramon in its name, while Tailmon adds any angel in its trait, and then adding a card with Trial of 4 Great Dragons. So that way you can easily, I'm sorry, with a card with 4 Great Dragons in its trait, which is, like I said, more ways to set up the deck, more ways to continue on. I think the better of the two tends to be the Vidramon because it's on the Digivolution rather than the Tailmon, who you have to hard play at points to get to search. It's kind of similar to how the um, Parallel World Tactics uh, Tailmon has that ability where she's an on play and not a win Digivolve. I think that's it's kind of better fit though. But the cost is so high because she's 5. Um, and this Tailmon also easy the cost as well because she's 4. But it's a little less of the cost because well, 4. So, all right, and from the champion. Now on to the ultimate level Digimon. We have another duo pair with similar motifs but different abilities. We have Arrow Vidramon and Angelomon. So Angelomon's effect is if you do not have Child of 4 Great Dragons in play, you place them from your hand directly to the field. Same thing with Arrow Vidramon. Now, during your opponent's turn with Arrow Vidramon, if you have a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in the straight, or you have the card Trial of 4 Great Dragons in play, he becomes a blocker. And then his inheritable makes any Digimon that has the trait of 4 Great Dragons become a blocker. Which is good because there are at least 2 Digimon that are yellow that easily can take advantage of that. Agumon depletes DP. When you play Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its trait, or you have placed the card trial 4 Great Dragons. You can select one of your opponent's Digimon to lose 3k DP, and then her inheritable is when you play a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its trait, or you place trial of 4 Great Dragons into the battle area, when your opponent's Digimon loses 3k DP. So that's at least a total of 6k DP if played through. And although it is, like I said, it's a DP situation, um, she is one of the options to help put Trial of the 4 Great Dragons onto the board, especially because it speeds up the process for the deck to have that card in play as soon as possible. So, um, those are the Arrow, Vidramon, and the Angelomon. Now let's get on to the Megas with Godramon, Polydramon, Tinglongmon, and Megidramon. So out of this, yeah, you're noticing you're running a purple and a blue Digimon. The thing is that you can easily get these cards through the effects of Trial of Great Dragons in the field. So you're not paying the crap ton of memory to your opponent because of the effects of Trial of Great, which I'll get into when we get into the option cards. But Their effects, well, 3 out of 4 cards effects is that when they are deleted, that's Holy Dramon, King Longmon, and Biggie Dramon. They allow you to play Child of Four Great Dragons from your hand without paying this cost. Now, the other thing is Godramon. So Godramon's on the distribution skill is that if you have a card in your trash with 4 Great Dragons in its trait, you can add that card to your hand. When attacking, if your opponent has one of your opponent's Digimon will get minus 6 KDP for the turn. And then if you have one of each Holy Dramon, Ting Longmon, and Megi Dramon in your trash, you can add those cards to the bottom of your deck in any order, and then trash the top 2 cards of your opponent's security stack. It's basically just one of your win conditions to take out your opponent. The thing is, you do have to have the other 3 in the trash in order to trigger that ability. But through the effects of stuff like Child of Four Great Dragons, you'll be able to mitigate your trash to where you can put those cards into the trash as soon as possible, and also manipulate them being there as soon as possible with a lot of the card combinations, because you'll be able to retreat them because they have, excuse me, 4 Great Dragons in their trait. There's also the fact that you can pick up cards as well. It's a very survive deck. Um, this is not a lot of utility in certain areas, which is different. But to not make it so cloggy, yeah, I think it would be best just to run 2 of each. Then there is one more option, of course, and that is the Kuyama Miko mode, where she can play option cards from your hand for free without paying the minimum cost. As long as they are, I believe, 5 or less. But I think it only works with one option card, which I will show off in just a second. With that in set, let's move on the um, to the option cards. So for the option cards, there's only 2 being played in this deck, and that is, of course, the infamous Trial of the Four Great Dragon. And the other card is Godflame. So Godflame happens to be the signature attack of Godramon. Main effect on active. On main, one of your opponent's Digimon gains minus 6 KDP per turn. Then return 1 card with 4 Great Dragons in the street from your trash to your hand. Which is a really good thing because you can pick up Digimon and you can pick up Trial of 4 Great Dragons. Because why? It's one of the rare occasions where an option card has a trait attached to it. And a very powerful trait too, because this is a very powerful card. Now, Trial of 4 Great Dragons. On main, you can draw 1 card from your deck when it's placed into the battle area. Delay. You can send this card from your battle area to the trash. Then you can activate the following effect. Play 1 Digimon from your hand with 4 Great Dragons in its trait. But you cannot pay memory for this card. However, the Digimon you play with this cannot Digivolve into a level 7, and at the end of the turn, your opponent's turn, this Digimon is deleted. So that works well in conjunction with things because it will send them to the trash, which will set up for Godramon. It will put them onto play to be utilized with effects like Air V Dramon's a blocker, Angelomon's a depletion, and the fact that you have these big beat sticks that can easily be played to help you survive the board or to play around with your opponent's shenanigans. Um, it is, like I said, there are a lot of abilities that you get off of the Trial of Great Dragons. This is why I'm glad I can talk about it now. So with Holy Dramon, when it's played, it's a security attack -2 if it's played through Trial of Four Great. If you play Magidramon's on play is that it normally will delete a level 5 or lower Digimon. However, if it's played through Child of Four Great Dragons, you can increase that level cap by 1, so it gets to 6 or below instead of 5 or below. And in Tenglongmon's effect is that he normally will allow you to draw 2 cards on play. However, if you're playing it through the Child of Four Great Dragons, you gain 2 memory. As well. So it's a really, really good option card, which is why it costs so much, and the fact that it has all this potential to bring out so many of these amazing cards with such ease. Sadly enough, the only one who does that effect off of it is Godramon, but Godramon can easily pick it back up because it has 4 Great Dragons in its trait. Okay, with all of that, we're going to move off of the option cards, and now we get to talk about the deck's only tamer in it. And it's kind of sad because I thought they would have gave us an exclusive tamer, but they didn't. And that tamer is the Analog Boy. The Analog Boy's effect is on play. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. To add one Digimon among them to your hand. Place the rest of the cards in the trash. When a level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you may suspend this tamer. Then you can gain 1 memory and then hatch 1 Digi egg in your breeding area if it's empty. This is really good for when you um, delete cards off of Trial of Four Great Dragons. It's really great for when you're starting to play and fish out your Four Great Dragons. You can easily set it up to where the others can go to the trash. You can get Gadramon to your hand and stuff like that. And you don't have to worry too much about certain cards. Because remember, um, Godflame and Gadramon can pick up those cards with ease once they're in play. Sadly enough, you can't go get Godflame because it doesn't have a trait. So unfortunately, Gadramon cannot pick it up. But if it could, that'd be great. So with that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this video, and that is, of course, the end to Trial of the Four Great Dragons deck profile. So, if you guys have any questions, you can leave those in the comment section below. If you guys have any other cards you would like to suggest to the deck in order for the deck to continue to play, which I would love to hear anyone's opinions of other cards to add to it to make it a little bit stronger, leave that in the comment section as well. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps out tremendously. You can also hit the notification bell to be informed of when I do upload more content. You can hit me up on social media. Those links are in the description box below. And of course, you can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/RPPlayerJoe, where I'll be playing through The Legend of Zelda. So until then, guys, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. HPJ signing out. Take care.